First
My beard is
question,
real. What's going on?
What does that tattoo right there mean on your hand, man? Could you tell the people one time what was that all about?
Let me see.
So it depends on which one tattoo you're referring to. I have 35
the one she
tattoos.
was referring to.
I have no. She asked me a lot of questions. It was just certain parts that got edited out that only allowed me to answer the questions on the back, and it seemed like I didn't know what I was talking about. So I got 35 tattoos. So what I had stated prior was each one of these tattoos tell a story as to it's a significant part of my life. So when she was referring to, I have elements of style on one hand, and the other hand is tribal art, which tells a story of my stuff that I've been through, meaning that that's who makes me as a man. It tells me who I am.
Got you. So
the one on your hand by your wrist.
I have
on the other hand.
I got two of them over. I got one.
That one. So what we saw, your right hand, what we see on the screen, it appeared as if she was asking you about that right hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to help you out.
I'm sorry.
We lost his audio.
Oh, we can't hear you, DeMonte.
We lost your audio.
DeMonte, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
okay,
there you go.
All right, cool. No, at that particular time, I don't know what had happened. Sometimes you do zone out when anybody that has been on production, you do know you get hungry, and so sometimes your comprehension, it might have been something I probably just tuned her out. I don't know what it was, so I don't know.
So it was her.
Yeah.
So y'all didn't eat then.
Bro, I'm big on energy, and so whatever energy is being conveyed, that's what I'm giving off. So I don't know what it was. So it is what it is.
So let me ask you a question though, from a fashion designer perspective, because I'm kind of big into fashion too.
Okay.
So for me, like I like the suit. I said that I like the suit that you rock, and I like the Louboutins. I didn't like the Louboutins necessarily with the suit together because they were high top, and I feel like it's a more sleek design. So can you tell me, is this something that is fashion forward? Am I behind on times or what? Are we wearing sneakers with the high tops with suits or what?
So the thing about it is, just in regards to your fashion sense, I've done 8 sold out fashion shows in Dallas, Texas, averaging over 400 people at each one of my fashion shows. I put together over 800 looks. So in regards to the whole dressy look, I think I started maybe 2.5 years ago. When I'm doing my productions, I don't like walking in dress shoes no more. So I said, let's start rocking tennis shoes with it, and just to kind of give it a different flair. However, a lot of people are doing it, but if it's not done effective, meaning if it's not a clean break at the bottom of your ankle at the top of your shoe, then of course it's not going to look right. It's going to seem like it's all over the place. Now, when I started getting tested, why you wear the red handkerchief? Well, if you understand about color concepts and color trash and color blocking, you always throw a little color block in there to throw the color out, because as Black people, we're taught, hey, let me match this with this color and match this with color. But as you get into fashion, you want to say, let me put this square with this square and make this look completely different where it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense. So that was my whole concept with the fashion, with the red handkerchief as well.
Yeah, no, I saw the correlation between the two because I saw the red hitting off of the shoes, and I liked what I saw. I never tried to pull off the high tops with the suit.
Man, it'll change your life. It'll change your life, because you won't have to be walking around in dress shoes. Now, when I wear dress shoes, I don't wear any socks because I like my ankle to show. It's kind of different.
Well, I mean, yeah, I was just saying in terms of like, okay, so you had the high top sneaker versus the low cut sneaker. Why did you know what I mean? Yeah.
Because them shoes that I wanted to wear, that was dope, and they were no
doubt about it, no doubt.
It was just somebody just wanted.
I actually saw those Louboutins before. I looked at those, so I knew exactly what you was playing with. I was just like, for me, because especially me being tall, I don't think that a high top sneaker would have worked out for me if I wore a suit, because I like to kind of see the ankle break or whatever. So I would probably wear a lower cut Louboutin, but that's just me.
Oh, it's
But
Okay, we're glad that's you,
I'm
Kim.
done with that.
Hey, can I ask you? Can
Yeah,
I
what's
ask you real quick? Okay, so for me, it didn't flow properly because I never heard you say you had bad credit.
I was
I
about
don't
to
know if
ask
you want to clear that up.
All right, so it's funny you guys bring that particular subject. So what you guys don't know is that was my classmate that I've known for 27 years, and she was like,
Oh,
so April is when they didn't show the part. They're like, damn, that's like, D, I'm proud of you doing your thing. And so reason why that conversation was so open because I feel like if you was a cheerleader in high school and you know I'm from the hood, played football and ran track, and you know the shit that I've been through, why not be transparent and being open with her? So they only edited the part of me talking about as a business owner, me being in business 5 years, me wanting to get a building. There are certain things I want to get together and want to establish so I can establish more so my empire, which I've built. Me being a photographer, being a fashion stylist, a published book author, having a modeling agency, me being an educator. Those things wasn't even shown or discussed as to why my credit was being talked about. My thing as a black man, there are certain things you want to implement to have when you bring it to the table. Yes, I'm good at what I do, but however, there's still some loose ends I need to clear up. And by me talking with that, they only cut that portion of it out. And it kind of pissed me off a little bit. So that's what it was.
well, that's what I wanted you to do. Take the opportunity to clear it up because, like, we're all business owners, so sometimes we know that we have to utilize our debt sometimes
Mm-hmm.
for certain ventures. More so, like we know how it is, and we know that that's not anything to do with your credit. Like, you can still have a good credit score and have debt
Yeah. So the interesting part about
that you
that,
want to pay down.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I put together my shows cost their productions. It's not. I have live music. I put together all this. I go buy all the clothes. So there's a lot of money that's being invested into why certain stuff is the way it is. However, did you guys catch the part when Mika asked me about my fashion sense and then go rag on me talking about I look like the Nutcracker? Wasn't that contradictory of her?
But wait, were you like looking at the other guys? So when you showed up, because I think many of the other guys dressed a little subpar for the occasion. Did that strike you, or did you not even notice that?
Well, I look at it like this: to each his own, personality wise. I know them personally. Now, they're all solid brothers. So each one of those outfits were based on their personality and what they was comfortable in. And so, for me to just give my implement as far as my fashion sense, I wasn't. I would never try to belittle another brother and saying, "Hey, man, you should wear this and you should wear that." So I think they did what they needed to do to feel comfortable for that message to convey over for them ladies to feel comfortable who they were. So that's how I looked at it on that.
Yeah. What they say, if you feel comfortable or if you feel confident, you'll project that. So
Exactly. That's how I looked at it. So
Yeah.
my,
Personally, I didn't have a issue with the fit. I thought you were just trying to convey a little bit of yourself.
oh yeah.
I have a question to get a feel for you and your level of comfortability. Like, is that fit something that you would typically wear on a first date?
Actually, to be honest with you, I don't even like dressing up because I don't like the attention. Because when I do dress up, I know it's like all eyes. So whatever I put on, there's always a method behind the madness as far as standing out. So when I was asked, "Hey, what are you wearing?" There was a strategic method of, "Yeah, I'm finna kill it." And when I wore it, put it together, that's um, that's what I wanted to wear.
hmm Yeah. How did you feel when they told you that you were eliminated? Because I was floored when I found out that you were going home. You were the first one going home. I could not believe it. Did you have any inclination? Did you have any clue or thought that it could have been you?
I had no clue at all. It was completely off guard. I was shocked. My confidence is through the roof. So when they say, "Hey, D, you going home?" And I knew something was off a little bit when I started seeing how things were being navigated throughout the show or doing this conversation was going here, this conversation was going there. I said, "Well, damn." They kind of put me in and then too, I looked at the game, how it was being navigated. Maybe I didn't answer the questions right. So there was a lot of stuff being going through my head as to why I was going home. But then too, I'm like, I did my best. I didn't feel bad about it. I wasn't ashamed about who I was, what I projected. Even with some people said, "Man, that nigga looks this." I'm like, damn, they don't know you. So it was a lot of stuff had been said after the fact, and they don't know who I was or where I come from. So it was interesting to see how things were kind of conveyed over. So I was good.
DAMONTE, so I just want to say personally, welcome to the family. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you
Welcome.
survived your hazing.
Oh man, it's all good.
My other question is, did you watch previous seasons of the show?
So it's funny you say that. So as you know, Red is my frat brother who's from the previous season. Chris, the Nigerian, he was one of my brothers. He's been in one of my fashion shows as well. Let's see. So I had a little heads up. They gave me a heads up. Hey, this is what they expect. But one thing I always say, hey, you can't control how they're going to navigate on the back end. So I had some heads up on how everything was going to move.
How did you feel about not seeing all the ladies on day one?
Yes, that's what I was going to ask you too.
I was pissed. I was pissed. I was like, God damn, I missed them too, God. So, hey man, it is what it is. So it was cool, but they see it now.
Yeah.
Well, we did defend you on that.
Oh,
we
really?
did defend you because we felt like you were kind of cheated and going home. One person already didn't show up. Did you have the opportunity to meet Glenn?
No.
Ever? Ever?
Nah.
So he didn't come to y'all's party last weekend?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, it didn't come. But I didn't know what the route they was going with that. And so I was completely caught off guard when they said, hey, man, this guy didn't show up. And I was like, damn, for real? And so when you start looking at it, I process things differently. So I was trying to figure out how everything is being shifted. You know what I'm saying? So, it is. At first I thought it wasn't real. Then I found out it was real. So it was just like, it was a lot. So.
Was there any lady, I mean, and you gotta, because, we're all alumni here except for J-Dub, but he's been around long enough to know. So is there any lady that we saw in this first episode, because that's all you can speak on right now, that you might have wished you had stuck around a little longer to maybe grow, have another conversation with? Like, was there anybody that you were really interested in? Because we never knew.
So here's the funny part about it. Doing a deliberation on the back, two of the ladies actually hit me up after the show and checked on me.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
So it was. It was one of those.
Did you follow up though?
Yeah, I see you, but
did you close?
Hey man, let that man live.
You ain't gotta say it out loud. Wink twice if you.
Yeah, so it shook out the way it needs to shake out. Sometimes the first could be last.
So was there anybody? Out of the first what was that, 5 women that we saw today or Friday? Was there anybody that you would have, other than April, because you said y'all went to school together? Is there anybody that you would have wanted like a little more time with?
Right.
Or do we need to wait until after next week to ask you this?
I would say this because I don't know what they're gonna, if they're gonna backstory anything. So you'll probably start seeing some conversations, how they was being, how the conversations went. So once the next episode come up, they might go back and show a backstory how things were really flowing between at the mixer. You know what I'm saying? So I'll let you guys determine that on your own.
There you go. Yeah, that's the ready to love format question answer. I feel
that's the way to answer it, but unfortunately, they ain't gonna give us no more backstories. Like the story is over with you until we see you at the reunion, honey.
Yeah, that's facts. They're literally gonna edit it all out if it is any backstory. Because once you're eliminated,
we wish.
Yeah,
that's why I really wasn't tripping on being eliminated, because I got so much. I'm getting ready for New York Fashion Week, y'all. So,
but see, let me tell you.
Hold on, I have one quick question.
What's up, man?
Go ahead.
When you saw how they edited you, right? Was that what you were expecting, or is that were they more on than they were off about who they portrayed you to be, like, or did they miss something?
I would say this. in regards to that statement, in regards to, I would say this in regards to the credit situation. As business owners, you're gonna have, if you're transparent, that's who you are, and I'm not ashamed of it. So if some chick was like, "Hey, your credit bad," well, baby, help me. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to help build this empire, don't be trying to down talk it. Help me build this thing up. You see where it's at. So don't get so caught. I didn't never get caught up on being ashamed about who I am, because that actually is a part of my testimony.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah. So
Hey, we all got credit journeys, and real talk, I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. I started out, and this is real. I started out my credit, and this was in the 2015. My credit was about 530, and I had some challenges to overcome. It wasn't me, but my credit was used by other people. I just had a lot of shit going on with it,
yeah.
and I had to start somewhere. And now I'm in the Super 8. So
And he smell good.
That's a blessing, bro.
but yeah, no, real talk.
But see,
so you got to start from somewhere.
DaMonte, this is the guy that should have shown up. You right now, like how you're talking in an organized way, and I'm sure a lot of editing had to do with making you look like you were all over the place, saying so many different things. But that's the way that's the way they cut it. And I wish they would have maybe waited until the next episode or the third episode and brought everybody together. And then, but there's a lot of people in the chat that want to know your sign. Do you have kids? Like, can you give any personal information about yourself?
Oh man, so I will be 44 years old this year in July. I'm a counselor.
Oh, because they said 42, but and that math.
I'll be 44. Single, no kids. Let's see, 5'11", 205.
Mm-hmm.
Workout.
You said 5'11"?
Yeah, 5'11", 205. Gym rat. So I'm pretty put together. So
Yo, y'all
my beard
brothers
is
working
real.
out, man.
Nothing. Huh?
Man, y'all brothers working out, man. Y'all killing me with that. I ain't never touched a weight a day in my life, bro.
That's all they do in Houston. Eat buffalo wing, eat all flats and work out, baby.
Oh,
I'm gonna respectfully disagree on that 205.
What you say? You gotta disagree on it?
I'm gonna disagree on that 205.
He's only 5'11", Ty.
Hey, listen though, real talk, man to man, and I'm not trying to put you on blast at all. But if you ever need any tips or pointers on credit, trust me, man, my credit was demolished. Yeah. So if you got any questions, man, you inbox me, man, or we can talk, chop it up. I'll tell you some of the things that I had to do that I went through on that journey. It was a mother something, but anything I can do to help you out, definitely reach out, man. I got you 100%, no doubt.
I appreciate you guys for allowing me to come on this platform, man. It wasn't planned. I just came home, so I didn't get a chance to kind of get on clothes. Like, this is me 80% of the time without being dressed up. So
yeah. So one thing I do want to say is because everybody that's up here right now, J-Dub actually, he messaged me, he's having internet troubles, but everybody that's up here right now, we were all on Ready to Love. Wow. We all were. Tyrone was on my season. We were on Ready to Love DC. P.O. was Ready to Love Potomac. Stacy was Ready to Love Houston. Mm-hmm. And Cynthia was Ready to Love Miami. So we're all Ready to Love alums. Like when Tyrone.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So we get it. And I'm gonna tell you now.
We live that life.
Let me tell you now. I talk all this shit. I'm with the shit. All the time. Just don't be offended by it, because I just be talking shit.
I wasn't. You one thing about it, you gotta have some nuts. You gotta, as a guy, we know what we signed up for. So
wait, not you saying you gotta have nuts along with the outfit you had on.
Hey, look, I'm a different breed. I didn't care, so I wore what I wanted to wear. I put it like that, and I didn't give a fuck who was looking, or that was gonna be me. So the thing about it is you have to be confident. One thing about if I style a woman or if I style someone, I can put a banging ass outfit on you, but if you don't have the confidence behind it, it ain't gonna be about shit. So you have to come with that confidence.
That's a fact.
But
That's a fact.
I do have one more thing that I want to say. Capricorn Moon Goddess says, "Are you a photographer and a fashion stylist?" So I do want you to answer that. But the reason I was saying what I was saying is because when I got off the show, I realized that it was a lot of entrepreneurs on our show and they don't really highlight our businesses. So what I did was I started a show on my YouTube channel called The Missing Link. And what The Missing Link is I actually reach out to individuals on the show that I really felt like I had a connection with on the screen, but you guys didn't know I had a connection with you. And I would reach out to you, especially if you were entrepreneurs. And I would be like, hey, I know you own a business, you have a business. Would you like to go on The Missing Link? And I would love to interview you. And it's literally an interview. We talk about Ready to Love maybe a little bit, but for real, the interview is for you to promote your business. So I would love to have you on after the show whenever you're able to do interviews. And I would love to have you on so you could talk about your business if you're interested.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's all about networking, and the vibe that I feel from you guys is, you guys are cool. If I didn't feel the energy that was conveying through the screen, I would never come on here. I was like, nah, I'm good on that one. So you guys seem solid.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we speak our minds now. We will say what we say.
I ain't scared.
What we see on the screen. Good. Don't be scared because it's tough out here, and we're tough. We're one of the good ones though, but it could get really tough. And just if y'all want to give him some advice, like just my advice to you is, you can't reply to everybody. Like you have to take it with a grain of salt. People are going to talk about you even years from now, especially if you're doing panels and you're still on Ready to Love. People are always going to talk about you in that suit. They're always going to do it. They're going to refer you to it, but you can't let the trolls get to you. Just stay positive. Understand that you had a great experience. You got to do what a lot of people have not had a chance to do, and just to stay positive throughout this whole process as much as possible. If y'all want to give him a word before he goes and leaves.
Yeah, bro. Like in the end, you was one of the top 20 in Dallas. So,
Facts.
you got that going for you. You're a part of a small percentage of the world that's been able to do this. If you do have the opportunity, it only makes sense to promote your business. I like the way you put your LLC in your name above your own personal name.
Facts.
That's smart. You know what I mean? It's a nice little subtle touch. I'm here. If you ever need anything, DM me. There's a whole lot of people in the Ready to Love fam that got a lot of connections.
Yes.
If you need anything, reach out. Don't look at the comments, bro.
Yeah.
Don't look at the comments. And I think another thing about the confidence, like my idea of confidence is just to be confident. You don't have to say you're confident. You don't have to prove to the world that you're confident. Just be confident.
Yeah,
and that's it, man. Yeah.
That was one of the things that I'm learning. I was talking to my pastor yesterday because I'm a singer as well. I sing at church and things of that sort. So he had already foresaw, put me in game. Hey, don't entertain everybody and don't allow people to come to your audience, because if you start coming on it, you'll allow people to come to your audience. And so that's one thing I learned too. So
yeah, I'll just tell you this, man. The road is long, but it's short at the same time. Like, by the end of the season, probably mid-season, you probably won't have the trolls trolling and all of that stuff. At the end of the day, man, it's a platform. Use it for whatever you can. I mean, you hear, you did what you did. Can't nobody take that away from you. That's forever, bro. So just embrace that and live your life, man. Period.
Oh man, appreciate it.
No doubt.
Cynthia, would you like to
The fact that you say you could sing, now I want to hear.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, now you got to sing. Don't get me demonetized.
No, I won't put you on the spot like that.
Only if you want to.
That's good. I'm good. I can sing. It's funny. You can sing in front of hundreds of people in praise and worship, and somebody asks you to sing on the spot, can't do it. So.
I understand. I mean, my advice would be the same. Don't read the comments. Keep it pushing. This is the time. If you want to elaborate about anything of your business, this is the time to do it. because the attention is on you. Even though you've already been eliminated, it's still on you. It's going to be on you for a while, because then the reunion come back around. So if you're going to do something, do it now, you know, while what they say, while the stove is hot. Is that what they say? While the iron is hot, you know, do what you got to do now. Don't read the comments. I stayed away from the comments. You know, other people were sending me comments, but I stayed away. I had a great experience.
Right, because you got to love.
Away from the comments, you know what I mean? And that's it. And you know, from time to time, you know, get on live, you know, give us a little note or something, you know, sing.
It ain't gonna happen.
So don't mention, you can't mention something that's not going to happen.
He said it ain't gonna happen.
No,
yeah, bro. Don't run from that. Don't run from that opportunity, man.
If you was to ask, I tell you, the funny thing about it, if you was to ask any of my staff on my production team, they'll tell you I'm probably the most shy, because at the end of my shows I have to talk, and I hate public speaking. So it's kind of like the whole switch. I turn it on when I need to, but nah, it ain't gonna happen unless you hear me playing around. So it's all good, man.
All right.